In the silence, the peace is coming. In the silence, all is opening. You have nothing to do, nothing to force, for all is given. All is coming to you. You don't have to look for it, it's coming. You are receiving all the time, all the answers, all the solutions. Everything is coming to you because everything is changing and moving. There is no fixed things. So there is change, and with the change, there are new informations, new solutions, new things that are coming into you, around you, to help you, to guide you. You are never stuck, never lost, never blocked, for everything is always changing. You don't have to worry about anything because all the solutions are coming, always on time. Sometimes it's not time yet, so you don't receive. But when you align to the truth, when you align with the truth, the solutions come. When you are in peace, the peaceful solutions, the peaceful answers arrive. You can't have access to us when you are in the mind, when you are anxious, worried, overwhelmed. And so the shift is not really to let go of the mind when you are in the mind. It's not to let go of your problems when you are in the mind, to let go of the mind problems when you are in the mind. It's not trying to effort against what is. Because when you are in that state, you are in that state. And so it is very much difficult to close the gap, to jump into the higher frequency. It's like a running spiral, cycle. And so you are worried and you worry more, or you are tired and you are tired more, or you are anxious and you create more anxiety. It's like you are not finding any solutions and you are adding fear, anxiety, you're adding sadness, anger onto the sandwich. You are adding a layer. And you see, when you are adding this layer, it's still on the mind. You are not stepping from it. You are not looking at it with higher perspective. You are just putting more energy, like mind energy, on it. Human energy, personal energy, ego energy. You are staying in the box, and it keeps the ego mind moving. It's like feeding the ego mind more and more. Either you put anger, fear, sadness, anxiety, it's all the same. You can only let go of this by opening to the new field, to a new frequency, to a new separate state that is different from the ego mind state, that is not on the spectrum of these emotions. It's like stepping out of all this. So the way is to find the peace first and foremost. It's the main thing. And so it's very difficult when you are in these waters, turbulent waters, to go into the sand, the land, and breathe and relax and let go. It requires a kind of mastery. It requires consciousness, awareness of what you are doing, awareness of where you are. You can ask yourself, well, where am I at? What states, what layer? Am I not putting more fire into the fire? Fire on fire. See where you are. in the calm water or in the fire. And so you need to extract yourself. You need to swim a little, but without force, without fighting. It's just very gently go into the land and breathe and let go. It doesn't serve you to stay in the ego mind, and it won't bring you anything, because from this place, much difficulty to access loving thoughts, to access your God self, your inner being. It's very difficult because you can't. It's very blocked by your persona. It's blocked by all this energy going into your mind, to all these thoughts, very anxious thoughts. Even if you try to access us, it's limited, it's complicated, it's not working. And so you add more anxiety, more frustration. So you need to come back to safety place, to heaven inside yourself, to this place of deep surrendering, of relaxation, of letting go, of peace, lightness. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you can't really do it. Sometimes you need to sleep one day as this being has done. You need to rest. You need to let go of everything and disconnect completely. You can also try to do disconnected things like an art, sports, exercising, or any activities where you wander, when the mind is not activated anymore, when you can detach from your mind. We are showing her a person that is taking her brain and putting it on a table. Whatever this activity is, when you can disconnect from the mind, it's just like, see it like a radio. Your reception, it's just a reception of the waves of the frequency of the mind. So when you can just turn off the radio and find peace, it's when you can access to the peaceful place, the peaceful words, the peaceful thoughts that are coming from your inner being. So the game, it's like you see the radio and there is a spectrum. And so we could see on the left the mind and on the right the inner being. But for going to the inner being, you need to be on the middle, and the middle is off. It's like the radio is not working anymore. It's like you can switch frequencies. When you are in the peaceful state, you can easily access both mind and inner being, because it's really easy, because you have a place, you are grounded into the inner being frequency. So by anchoring in the inner being frequency, you can still access to the mind thoughts, to the mind programming. But when you are in the mind, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to jump into the inner being frequency. So you have to go to this middle place of no thoughts, of disconnecting from the mind. So sometimes you try meditating, it's not working because there is too much activity. You try breathing, relaxing, still you are so much in this energetic vortex of the mind. It's like bubbling all around you. It's like you are in the current with a lot of waves. You are in the sea and it's like a lot of waves. And it's very hard to go to the peak, to go where the waves are forming, where the sea is okay, where you are in the foam, when the waves are already crushed. It's very difficult to go and to, you have to use your hands to go up the waves until the peak where the the waves are green waves. They are not crashed yet, and so the foam and all the turbulence, the tubes are not there yet. It's calm. Sometimes the waves are big, but it's it's like it's very gentle. It's very smooth, and it's safe. It's peaceful because the waves are not crashed yet. So it's like peace, and you see the waves coming, and there is nothing to be afraid of, and there is no effort, there is no rushing, there is no effort to paddle back to the peak, and there is no like a lot of waves coming into your face. You are on your board, and it's peaceful and loving. And so it can be quite difficult to go from this place of waves, crashing waves, a lot of foam, to this peaceful place. And you need to have awareness of where you are. And when you are in the mind, energy, field, not add more stress, anxiety, fear. And it's quite difficult to see because it's like you are in loops and patterns, and you think like, oh, but I'm aware I have this whatever problem or a thought or things, anxiety on a topic, this situation, this topic that is bothering the mind. And so you are aware and you're like, no, 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 but it's okay. Like I'm trying to reach peace. I'm trying to reach my inner being. But while you are doing that from a place still in the mind, it's bringing even more energy to the mind. And the mind is feeling. And even if you are trying to go up, accessing a new emotion, the thoughts are not the same, or it's like exasperation. So we would take the example of this being. She was pondering some solutions for some guidance we gave and for things the human has to do. So she was trying to access solutions, but the mind was blocking, and there were so much questions, and she really wanted to have access to the peace and to us, to the inner being. But while she wanted to do it and had the intention, the energy was not appropriate. It was very, very difficult. She couldn't have access, and so many things formed, many energies, more frustration. She couldn't find the solutions. She needed to sleep, to come back to this place this morning. She couldn't have reached the place because it was too much for the being. But we invite her and everyone listening that is wanting to try what we are sharing, or that is in the same place and is called to listen and practice, just to stop. Just to stop and not focus on the problem, just disconnect and not even think about this. So find an activity to stop, distract yourself, make a diversion. And don't even try to contact inner being. Don't even try to have solutions, because it's not the time, it's not the place. The middle, the solution, because inner being is really out of reach. It's always here, we are always here, but sometimes it's so much energy in the mind on the problem, on the situation. Even if you want to have the solution, they are not on the same frequency. They are in peace, we are in peace, we are in joy. So we can't give you, it's like it's blocking. It's even if we like her, we try to speak to her, to give her advice, it's not it's not possible for her. She was not able to receive and integrate the message. She was like, no, 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 I don't understand, and it's not possible, and how I will do that, and it's not like, it was very hard. So just finding a quiet place inside you, it's the first step. It's not being in this peace frequency yet, but it's finding the middle. It's not being in the mind, not staying there, not staying in the drama and on the looping. And as you can't really access the inner being yet, you find this middle ground where you find ways to disconnect from the turbulence. So you can see it like a little building of 3 floors. Let's say first floor is the mind, and third floor is inner being. The second floor is no mind. It's nothing. It's peace. It's disconnection. It's stillness, emptiness. And it allows for the energy to settle. It allows for the mud to settle, to clearness, lightness. And it's not putting more fire to the fire. It's like diminishing the energy very slowly, and knowing and trusting that you will find the peace, that the peace is coming, that the inner being will be there, that you will have the solution, you will have everything you need to have, you will have access to this. This will come to you very easily once you have extracted yourself from first floor and come into second floor. So it's not having this high expectation of, I can go to inner being right now, I can have all the solutions, where you can't, because you are in this very dense, energetic vibration that is pouring inside you, around you. It's breathing you. The mind is so, it's filling the space, all the space, and it's not letting you breathe. It's accaparing all your thoughts, all your energy. And even if you are saying to yourself, intending to connect, to breathe, to maybe meditate and find the solutions, it's like you are trapped and you can't. So the idea is just to be in this middle layer level. You can do it with an activity, artistic, sport, gardening, whatever. It's like switching the frequency, so you go from mind to off to inner being. So just being off, to allow to access to the new frequency. So sometimes having an activity to disconnect, or sleeping. Sleeping will help reset you. And in the morning, maybe the turbulence is still there a little bit, but you can, there at that point, you can meditate to help raise the frequency and be in the space of clear and of peace. Or you can listen to nice music, you can listen to inspiring words. And all these activities, it was too distorted from the mind energetic place before. So when you wake up in the morning, there is maybe still some little waves, turbulences, but it's so small that you can access these activities that will bring more peace, and you are not fighting against. There is no resistance to meditation, for example, because there is less thoughts. And so you can easily find the peace again. And then from this space, you can have access to inner being. That's what she has done. And that's what she wanted to share this morning. Because she couldn't understand yesterday. She was very blocked. And she was not aware that, part of her was aware, but she was fighting against everything, and it was not helping. She really, really forced upon the solution. She really, really wanted to have guidance, and so it was not helping at all. And so this morning she saw the peace was closer, and she knew inner being was easily accessible. So we hope this will help anyone that will listen to this, and we love you, and we guide you to the peace inside yourself, to find your own solutions, to find your own inner voice, inner being, to connect, to go deeper and see your truth, your hidden truth, the truths that are beyond the mind. We love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are guided, you are supported, you are loved. You are love. We love you so much. Thank you very much.